Hello, welcome to the Self Learning Podcast by Dr. Sushma Singh. Let us start discussion on Unit 1 Logic of Inquiry in Social Research. And our topic is Logical Understanding of Social Reality. The question arises, what then is the legacy we have for logical understanding social reality? One way is to carry on with a discussion of ideas of sociologists. They constructed their theories around an explanation of what they considered was new and unique in social reality. This exercise will take us to unmanageable detail, and the unit will extraordinarily long. So ending here with one example of Comte's idea only. We will refer you to be alive and attentive to such discussions as and when they appear in subsequent units of the book and also in the units of MSO 001. At this point in our discussion, it may suffice to say that important characteristics of scientific inquiry into social reality would include emphasis on relevant empirical sources of data, the general line of demarcation between the observation and theory, the focus on logical consistency and deductive coverage. For understanding social reality, as Astor says, social science research needs to discover regularities derived from the underlying causal properties of social phenomena. It is not necessary for us to draw an analogy between the social sciences and natural sciences in order to stress the explanatory significance of discovering regularities in the social world. It is by now clearly understood that the social sciences cannot emulate the way natural scientists derive laws from the properties of the physical phenomena. You may say that the social sciences do not require scientific explanation in terms of law-like regularities. All the same, causal hypotheses confirmed by empirical data are parts of the nuts and bolts of social science research. Methodologically, sociology, like any other social science, offers weak generalizations which have only tentative predictability. What kind of generalizations or regularities are we thinking about? A law of nature refers to a governing regularity. That is, as per a particular law of nature, there will always be generation of a particular kind of behavior. For example, it is a governing regularity that forces of electrodynamics affect protons and electrons. Phenomenal regularities refers, on the other hand, to common features of social entities and their effects on individual agency. Now let us conclude the unit. Since social reality is highly diverse and constantly experiencing cross-cutting varieties of causation, it is possible only to produce scientifically valid knowledge in terms of exception-laden phenomenal regularities and the highly qualified regularities that derive from institutional logic analysis. In methodological terms, in the social sciences, we need to be aware of the scope and limits of generalizations possible in the light of the nature of one subject matter. Concluding this unit with the above note, we end At this point, our debate over science in the context of methodologies of social science research. We shall continue the debate in Unit 2 by discussing the theme of empirical approach, which social scientists use extensively in their researches, and on that basis claim their endeavor to be scientific. Now let us wind up the session here and take rest. Thank you very much for engaging yourself with the self-learning podcasts.